drank 2 Coronas and smoked 3 Marlboros before he finally felt ready to put it all behind him. He took another taxi back to his hotel, undressed, crawled into bed, and tried to sleep it all away. Chapter 2. 1,000 miles away, Isabella Perez was walking from her tidy little house to the shop which was her pride and joy. She'd always been interested in the practice of Wicca, probably influenced by her great-aunt Gabriella, who was widely respected as a wise woman and occasionally derided as a witch. 3 years earlier, when the insurance money for her father had arrived from the car factory, she had taken the inheritance and bought a lease on the little store. It had been a haberdasher's, but Isabella worked hard on the decor. Filled it with herbs, candles, crystals, powders, potions, charts and books, and rechristened it La Tienda de Brujeria, the witchcraft store. Isabella was never going to make a fortune from her little shop. Matamoros was hardly a hotbed of Wicca interest, but she turned over enough to keep herself. Even those who had no interest in witchcraft could often be attracted in by the displays of dream catchers, ornaments and astrology charts. There were still plenty of hippies left in town, and the tourist trade was very lucrative, especially at this time of year. Isabella wore a frown as she walked through the streets, thinking of the previous night's conversation with the old priest and his sister. They were all agreed that the evil which seemed to be growing in the town represented a threat to all decent people, but they had few ideas of what to do about it. The priest could preach to his congregation. Isabella could issue warnings to her clients, but it all seemed so little in the face of overwhelming odds. Recently she had refused to supply the black votive candles and blends of herbs that the blasphemers required for their rituals, but she was in no doubt that they could obtain them elsewhere. Her frown deepened as she arrived at her shop. The shutters still down, and saw the package that had been left there. She wasn't expecting a delivery, and, besides, stock for the shop generally arrived in business hours. It was wrapped in cardboard, about the size of a shoebox. She unlocked the shutters, pulled them up, opened the door, turned on the light and went inside, carrying the box with her. She placed it on the counter, then found a knife from her stock to cut open the wrapping. Her heart was sinking, as she already suspected what it contained. She had heard about these packages from others. Sure enough, there it was, her worst fears confirmed. She lifted it out of the box and set it on the counter. A miniature coffin in dark polished wood with gold fittings. She shuddered, but nerved herself to open it, though she already knew what it contained. Chapter 3. The girls were more excited than usual tonight. This was the big night that the whole trip had been leading up to. So far, their first spring break had been reasonably calm. They'd spent pretty much every day in bikinis, lounging around the swimming pool, running in and out of the sea, lying on the beach working on the all-important tan. There hadn't been much drinking going on, as none of them had reached the age of 21 yet. So they were obliged to stick to mocktails and a variety of bright-coloured drinks with virgin in the name. But tonight would be different. They took turns for mirror space in their shared suite, sharing around makeup and checking with each other that everything was looking good. The tans were accentuated with glittering body cream, the hair carefully tousled, the eyeshadow just the right colour to complement the clothes. The evening would be hot, so crop tops and shorts or mini sundresses were all that was needed. Except for Stephanie, who was a little bigger than the others, and sensitive about it. Her dress was knee-length and flowing, designed to hide a few of the extra pounds which she badly wished she could lose. She generally felt lucky to be allowed to hang out with the rest of the group, and put in an extra effort to be useful. Tonight she was designated driver, so 2 drinks would be her limit. They were nearly ready. Just some last-minute adjustments as 2 of them changed their decision on shoes. Heels would, of course, have looked better,